This is Mount Sentusia. It is completed as far as I can tell, aside from bug fixes and the like. However, Mount Sentusia is a volcano, and that means, if you know volcanoes, there's lava. This is a lava lake, and when I updated this lava texture, I really saw it had great potential. But when I saw it in the game engine, I was really impressed, especially if you look at this ridge detail on here. It really is something. But there's one thing you should remember about lava. It is scorching hot. It's like 1500 Celsius. It is hot. And in video games, of which platformers tend to have them, lava levels. Mount Sentusia is Platform Master's only lava-themed world. And it's either going to cause instant death or do major HP damage. In this case, it does major HP damage. Until they redo the character, the functionality will not be provided. At this depth, which is about the typical shallow end that you might encounter, aside from rare high spots, this will be doing 60 damage per second. Over here, for a little deeper area, this will do about 120 HP damage per second. Yeah, that's right, per second. It is really fast. That's because this stuff is just so dangerous. And so hot. You can see plenty of islands out in the distance there too. However, there are areas where it gets extremely deep like this. If you fall into one of those, you're probably going to be having some problems. You're pretty much just left to fry all the way to a black crisp, in a sense. However, what about the rest of the area? What else is there to this besides really hot lava and little islands that actually rise above the lava, although not really by much, except for a few oddballs out in the distance. And all you see out here is, well, there's like nothing here. Now I want to make use of a shortcut. If you know level layouts very well, you can actually make use of these kinds of shortcuts. That's one of the things you'll have to do in Platform Masters. Looking down, you can see that globe down below quite well. But up above, what is there besides gray? Oh, what do you know? What's that blue stuff, though? Well, that happens to be sky. Because there's mountains and even an air taxi thrown in. Yeah, you see the air taxi? So that's, otherwise, if I can get them to land again, I'll show you the upper areas. This island right here is kind of big, so it's not getting the full heat of the lava. It would be glowing in the infrared, of course, at least. But higher up, you can easily see all the mountains, including these air taxis that are going by. All these clouds out here you can see. You might be noticing that they look exactly like that of the Sentus Mountains world. And that's exactly what it's based on. Another change that I made, which will also be affecting the Sentus Mountains, are these ground decals right here. I've pretty much redone them almost from scratch even. This is a city right here. There's a really big forest around it. I put a lot of detail into this. Here's farm fields. There's pond or lakes over here. There's ponds on occasion. There's rivers coming off the mountains. There's actually even a freeway system complete with an exit ramps. Try to remember the names. There's on ramps, off ramps, exit ramps, whatever you want to call them. And that's basically all there is to it. And Sentus Mountains will also be getting all these new ground decals added in as well. There's even a rest area thrown in. Yeah, that's right, a rest area. Sentus Mountains' closest ground decals are likely going to get a redo as well because they don't follow my standards. So, that's basically what I have in store. What else is there? I want to show you something. What am I loading up Ranas for, aside from those sailboats having been updated? Well, if you haven't noticed those air taxis yet, you should. Notice that they're layered. This is one thing I'm kind of debating on. Do I want to have all these air taxis layered like that? Or do I want to have them pretty much all kind of about what they originally were like, roughly? As you can tell, there's plenty of air taxis going around, a whole lot more than before, but it kind of makes Ronus look a lot more futuristic, in a way. A lot more futuristic. There's a whole bunch of air taxis. And what's more, I need to come to a full stop, of course. Bouncy, bouncy. Ronus itself is otherwise not going to be changing, aside from adding trees in that grassy area out there. And maybe benches and stuff, as the other video explains on what changes I have in store. But trees are the main things I'm looking for. What am I doing? I am trying to get to this platform over here so I could show you the far up air taxis. They go up a long way. In a way, it actually adds more depth and realism. Of course, lower down there are slower speeds and stuff like that, but as you get up higher, and let's see, not really seeing much. Some of them are really far and some of them are really close. Gotta get out these pesky clouds out of the way. Still don't see any other air taxis. Ah, there's one right there. See, this one's noticeably faster compared to what it was. Yep, there's even more out there. Here's another air taxi. You'll find plenty of air taxis around, but this is something totally different this time. I'm really taking things beyond what they originally were, and then some. Here's another one, even higher yet. This one's at 4 kiloblocks. It's pretty much says a lot about the sheer size and scale and everything. There's even more up above. In fact, I don't even have enough time on that clock there to get all the way up to the really high ones. Those ones go supersonic. Yeah, that's right, supersonic. This one here is 6 kiloblocks. There's another one that's 8, and that'll be the last one I show you. Some air taxis are big, some are small. This one's farther than this one. This one's really getting kind of close. But you can see how they're getting faster as you go up. Of course, you probably haven't seen Ronus like this in a long time. There's that little island I told you about a long time ago as well. None of that's changing. There's no known issues with it. And here's those at 8 kiloblocks, and these are the last ones I'm going to be showing you. Yeah, the sky's getting kind of dark, but that's nothing new. These ones are going just shy of the speed of sound. They're really fast. Yeah, see that one there? That was fast, huh? And that's pretty much otherwise concludes my initial idea. That's what I mean by layered air taxis. I'm debating on whether or not I want to do that. Debating? I can't really decide what exactly I want to do. One thing, I would kind of like to do it in some ways, but in others I kind of really don't. So I'm kind of split on it. So, I would like your vote. What do you think? You think that's a good idea, having the air taxis layered like that? Especially for worlds like Ronus and Jeremy's house, where they could really be making use out of that. Oh well, this video was created by Ulillillia. Thank you for watching, and enjoy this supersonic fall.